Hello there everyone, it's another moment to spend in learning mathematics. Are you all excited? I bet you all are. Our presentation is all about Chapter 5, Lesson 3, Simple Linear Regression Analysis, with the theme, Exploring the Relationship Between Variables. Here's our objective. The first one is to know the definition of simple linear regression analysis and its process. The second one, to identify the independent variable and dependent variable, and as well as to know their distinctiveness. The third one is to know the importance of simple linear regression analysis in our daily lives.
Hello class, it's nice to see you all again.
Hello, sir.
Today, I will be giving you a group activity. Everyone in the group must help one another in order to answer the problems that are given to you. Please go to your group. Alright, for our new topic, we have Chapter 5 Data Management Tools and Lesson 3 Simple Linear Regression Analysis. Has any one of you have an idea what simple linear regression analysis?
Sir, simple linear regression can be applied to understand the relationship between income and expenses. By collecting data on your income levels and corresponding expenses over time, you can use regression analysis to determine how changes in income affect your spending patterns. This knowledge can help you create a budget, manage your finances, and make informed decisions about saving and spending.
I think I know what simple linear regression is. I just watched it last night.
Simple linear regression is used to estimate the relationship between two quantitative variables. It can be used when you want to know how strong the relationship is between two variables and the value of the independent variables at a certain point. In simple linear regression, both variables must be quantitative. In this, we are examining the impact of one independent variable on the outcome.
Aha! Sir, it also assumes a linear relationship between the variables and aims to estimate the equation of the straight line that best fits the data.
Thank you, Ms. Reuben and Mr. Ramian. Yes, it is a basic form of regression analysis that provides insights into the direction, strength, and significance of the relationship between the variables. At this moment, I will be giving you video information about what simple linear regression is all about, and you will then answer the problems I will be giving you to test if you really have learned something based on your individual understandings.
Hello there, Kamathematicas. Let us now define simple linear regression analysis. Most of you, I assume, have heard of the term regression analysis. To summarize, regression analysis is a set of statistical methods used to estimate correlation between a dependent variable and one or more independent variables. It can be used to measure the strength of a relationship between variables and to forecast their future relationship. And when we talk about simple linear regression analysis, we're still talking about estimating the relationship between two variables, but it's confined to one independent variable and one dependent variable, or a single variable. If there is more than that, it is referred to a multiple regression.
A regression line is used to model the relationship between the variables, whereas simple linear regression analysis is viable statistical tool for evaluating how one or more predictor influence a response variable. The predictor's explanatory or independent variable is designated by the letter X. The other variable represented by the letter Y is known as the response outcome or dependent variable. For example, the price of gas and the price of market vegetable. When the price of gas rises, it impacts the pricing of products in markets because product distribution requires transportation, which requires expensive oil or gas.
Now, linear regression can be computed using this equation, y prime equals a plus bx, which is called the least square line or the simple regression line, wherein a is the y-intercept, b as the slope, x is the predicted variable, and y is the estimate of the mean value of the response variable for any value of the predicted variable. When x equals 0, the y-intercept is the predicted value for the answer y. The slope describes the change in y that occurs for every unit change in x. The values of a and b can be obtained using this formula.
Why is the regression equation important in regression analysis? Because we are estimating the prediction of an independent variable's power. For example, Ma'am Lagrada wants to see how the number of absences of a student affects the pupil's final grade. In order for us to get the answer, we will have this box as our guide. The number of students' absences is the x, or our independent variable, while their final grade is the y, which is our dependent variable. We will then create a box with 4 columns and 4 rows. Let's separate now the x, y, x squared, and xy. These are the values of our x, and these are the values of our y. After that, we will calculate the column of x squared by multiplying the values of x a second time. After that, we will multiply the values of x and y. Then, total the values from different columns and put them below. Sum up the values of x, sum up the values of y, as well as in x squared and xy. Let us now use the presented equation. To get the value of a, we will use the equation this. For the coefficient a, we will multiply the summation of y and x squared and subtract it to the product of the summation of x multiplied by the summation of xy. Then, divide it to the product of n multiplied by the x squared subtracted to the square of the summation of x. Then we'll get the answer, 93.704. For the coefficient b, we will now multiply the n from the summation of xy. Then subtract it to the summation of x multiplied by the summation of y. Then divide it by the n multiplied from the summation of x squared, until we subtract it to the summation of x raised to the power of 2. And finally, we will get the total value, which is the coefficient b. Now that we have the total values of coefficients a and b, we will then use the formula of the regression equation, which is the y prime is equals to a plus bx. In the coefficient a, you will put the total number you got earlier, which is the 93.704, and then sum it up to the coefficient value of b, which is the negative 2.536 and x. Now, our regression equation is 93.704 subtracted to 2.536x. Here is the linear regression sample of the given problem.
Simple linear regression analysis is quite useful and can be used in our daily lives, such as decision-making. A framework for evidence-based decision-making is provided by simple linear regression. You can uncover crucial elements that influence results and make educated decisions by evaluating the relationship between variables. Understanding the impact of advertising expenditures on sales, for example, might help businesses manage resources more effectively. It may help in the detection of outliers or anomalies in the data. Outliers are data points that deviate significantly from the overall pattern. They provide a simple way to communicate and visualize relationships between variables. They assist you in understanding the limitations of using a linear model to describe complex relationships, and they improve your statistical literacy and critical thinking skills. Now, are you guys ready? Have you all learned something? Ready or not, let's start. Here are the problems. Answer it deductively and wisely. I'll give you 10 minutes to answer it. Don't forget to help each other, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how are we gonna start?
We don't know.
The formula has already given. You all still don't know?
No.
I don't know how to do it.
No worries. I'm gonna help you.
Can't believe I am with these people.
Hey, watch what you're saying. I know how to do it. But first, let us disseminate the parts to make it easier.
I'll do the dissemination. I don't trust any one of you. Better than I will get the efficient B.
I do the coefficient A with Jezreel.
I can do better than her. Let me pair up with Justin.
Seriously? Jezreel, you do the table and Chanel and UG do the efficient A. Alright.
4 columns and 2 rows were independent and
And this is the answer.
Alright, time's up. I'm gonna collect your activity. Since I'm satisfied with your performance, you are all perfect in your quiz. Congrats! Class dismissed.
Congratulations.